So hello folks, I hope you are well, fine and good, and I am from the team of Mission IAS Learn With Integrity. So in this video we'll be discussing about Ukraine and the anatomy of India's neutrality. So in this approach I hope you will definitely had a session on this, and I hope you will definitely watch the highlighted points as well as read it out so such that you will be having. And also I recommend you to just have a note on that such that your approach to different international affairs and international relationship may get a neutrality in your examination too. So let me begin the session for you with the past, with the present, as well as with the future, and how it is usually going to happen with the in relation with the Rus, US, as well as Western countries and India. So okay, so this is just like how we usually treat our neighbor nation, how we usually treat our Asia's we can say that Asia's powerful nation. That is all about how we see in our perspective about the Rus, as well as the reason behind the past history, as well as the reason behind the present scenario of how India is usually been a point of discussion and a point of approach should be done with the way India treat to the other nation. So here you can have a session about the past history on Nehru's administration and how he usually calls about it doesn't help calling names of condemning, or we can say that because of one is trying to solve a problem. Okay, so when usually one's trying to solve a problem, he must and should have to be silent, because silent plays a very important role and crucial role in every approach of solving a problem, right? Or we can say that in every approach of difficulties and every approach of questioning to some situation. So this is how he has approached in 1957, in a year of Soviet intervention in Hungary. Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru explained the parliament why India took a condemnatory or non-condemnatory approach. Okay, so this there are many things happening in the world from years to years and days to days, which he has intentionally has quit on that, and he even has silent on that. So he also made about the effects, or we can say that he also made an pontification about how the Soviet intervention in Hungary, then after Afghanistan and after American invention of Iran 2003. Okay, so these all followed a we can say that these all followed how India's approach with the nation, how India's approach with the international approaches, how India's view on international affairs also plays a crucial role in the past history also, we can even say. So here you can have that about how nor is India's position is isolated. South Africa, another major democracy, abstained from the UN votes that sought to condemn Russia, the United Arab Emirates, and close American ally in the Gulf that hosted thousands of US troops. Abstaining from the vote in the UN Security Council, Israel, the US closest ally in West Asia, condemned the Russia's attack but refused to join the Centration regime and said no to send its defense system to Ukraine, Turkey, and North Antarctica, or we can say that NATO alliance. So even Rus as well as Ukraine's interference with the world, as well as how Ukraine wants to become a integral part of NATO organization, but how the US troops are not being aligned, or you can say that not being making their presence with the Ukraine troop to help the Ukraine's in against the Rus troops. So this is all about how we can treat our neighbors country, how we usually treat the nations or civilians with the mass protest, with the mass with the mass administrative council, as well as military forces, military wars, we can even say that. So this is just seems like a cold war which usually been studying for different eras too for preparation. I hope you are doing that for in the form of cold wars, how cold wars are been formulated, how cold wars has given a mass information regarding the study in UPSC civil service examination. So this is a strategical implementation of how we usually treat the world and how we usually see the world with the nation about the economy, not only the economy but also the way we usually treat with different trade relationship, the way we usually treat with the resources available in such a country where it need to be transported, where it need to be imported and exported. So that is how we usually see the world, and I hope you have got a point on how India's Western troop usually wants to make an alliance with the Rus. Here I have quantified different things which usually analyzes the reason behind that. So there would be three broad reason why India is making relation with Rus. So that is all about political, economic, and strategic. For a political point of view, the West has crucially tried to construct a native Russian President Vladimir Putin, attack on US, and which is an assault on the US President Joe Biden calls for the free world. Right. On an economic point of view, if we see that the rules were imposed largely by Western countries. Only three Asian nations has backed the sanction, that is Japan, South Korea, and Singapore, and which is even been the second largest economical nation, that is China. And working with payments and strategic relationship, this is much more important with the in perspective of political, economic, and strategic view. Okay, so strategic point also very important with the partners country or Western countries. So how India see the war? So if we consider how we usually see the war against that, then definitely we will be discussing about the acquire of Rus from Ukraine's different domains. So acquire means acquire in the form of fetching, or you can say acquire in the form of we can say that stretching from everything, stretching the way they usually live. So this point of view must be considered. Uh, and now they are going to have a vast devastation in the different domains of Ukraine too, and wants to merge with the Rus. So this perspective must and should be cleaned out, and the three great power serving middle power, we can say that the US remain the world's preeminent power, but with its ability to shape global geopolitical outcomes. In his visit, the National Security Advisor even have warned India on the Rus relationship with India. So this also gives a understanding about how India needs Rus not only to defense and energy purchase, but also for geopolitical reason they must and should have to. And India is such a continental power and is maritime power, while close ties with the Japan, US, Australia are important for India's maritime security, even interest ties with Rus to Iran, Central Asian countries for oil extraction and oil infiltration. So that also gives a clear understanding about the situation or the position of India's with different countries or different alliance. So that strategy, tragic of Ukraine, just like how we usually wants to blame, we usually cannot blame someone without any reason, but the intervention must and should be a kind of we can say that a kind of humanitarian, where the human beings or civilians must not to be affected rather than a political intervention usually makes. So just like the Taliban who interfered into the Afghanistan for the we can say that like that scenario which has been created in Russia as well as Ukraine. So it must and should be noted. It must and should be pointified such that the bonding between different countries and the negotiation between different countries, the neighbor countries, we can even say that may get a very good cooperation, very good bond generation, like a nitrogen bond, N3 bond, which you have already read in chemistry. So this plays a important and crucial role with the negotiation, as well as with the policy implementation, as well as the political, economical, and strategic point of view. So I hope you have got an idea regarding that, and I hope you will definitely enjoy the session. So here I am ending the video, and let me end the video here itself for you. Thank you.